Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the High Ticket Coaching and Consultant Strategy and Growth Show. Now, if you're watching this interview anywhere else but within our private Facebook community called High Ticket Client Attraction Insider Circle, then definitely come check us out. The community was put together specifically for coaches, consultants. Let me try that again. The community was put together specifically for coaches, consultants, and service providers who are serious about scaling to that 6 and that 7-figure level. So if that sounds like you, definitely come check us out. So today I want to introduce you to one of our guests, Krista Fee. Welcome, Krista.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. You like my blender earlier?
It happens.
Yes. I thought about cutting it. I was like, we'll just continue. Awesome. So tell us, Krista, what is it that you do?
I am a fitness, nutrition, and happiness coach. So I basically work on all the different life categories.
Yeah.
So I'm not limited to one thing because everybody's lives are very complicated.
Awesome. So, and how long have you been doing this?
Oh my gosh, I have been in the industry for about 20 years now. Right. And I've only been doing it primarily online though for about 3 months.
Okay. Did COVID-19 have you make the shift?
Yeah, that was huge. I am usually a one-on-one person who does things in real life and, right with my clients. And with COVID-19, we had to do the go fully online switch. And it's been very different, but it's been tremendous to realize all the different potential that I didn't know was there, because now I can reach clients all over the world and I'm not limited to my small local community. Yeah. So it's been fabulous, actually.
Yeah, that is so awesome. It's amazing how we're all connected, right? People from Europe, from Canada, from Australia, New Zealand. Like when you get online, you realize how really small the whole world is, right?
I'm very popular with Brazilians. I am not sure why, but seems that I'm starting to develop a significant clientele from Brazil, which I never would have expected.
Do you speak Portuguese?
I do not. No, just English.
Yeah, you
might and a little bit of terrible Spanish.
You might learn Brazilian if you're attracting the tribe. Yeah, awesome. So so what's in terms of I guess with your clients or individuals you work with, how does someone know when it's time to kind of reach out to you?
I touch people when they are feeling uncomfortable or unhappy in their lives. So it tends to be professionals who have children that are older, that are getting ready to leave the house, and they're feeling a life shift, or working a job that isn't satisfying, or feeling like they need to get involved in their community and they're just not feeling accepted, engaged, and a part of the life that's going on around them. So anytime that people are feeling just in general unsatisfied with where they currently are. Yeah.
Awesome. What about so when you were offline, were you doing it as an entrepreneur as well too while you were offline?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And you said you've been doing it for like 20 years.
Yes. I haven't always been working for myself. I worked for myself for about 8 years. I ran a circus and performance organization. So I taught classes and I still did fitness and nutrition training and life coaching, but I also ran a performance troupe. So we did all kinds of adventurous things. Play is a huge part of the focus that I have in my organization.
Awesome. So when it comes to coaching, would you consider yourself a natural coach?
Yes. Yes. All my life, I've been a person that people come to and they always want to tell me all of their problems and they always want advice. And even as a teenager, that was my role was, okay, you be the leader. Okay, you tell us what we should do. And then all my friends came to me when they were sad or when their boyfriends didn't do what they wanted them to. So I think I was born to do this job.
Awesome. So what are you seeing in terms of where you're at right now in terms of that vision that you have, that next level for your company?
Oh my gosh. The next level for my organization is we're working on we're working on starting a nonprofit, actually. So going from my own success, it's time to start giving back in a big way to the community. So the objective, it's Operation One Starfish, and the objective is to build 3 resort-style centers for victims of human trafficking, where they can get the psychological and physical help that they need, but also life skill development and more fun things like dance classes and yoga and some other escape things for recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's the big objective in 3 different countries.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love it. I love it. It's so powerful having a vision, right? Because I know that most individuals who do start businesses or whatever, some people are just in it just for the money. They're just like, well, if I could just make this much money or whatever. But it's always so inspiring to hear someone who has that vision as far as how they see not just making money, but they see how they can make the world a better place, right?
I feel like that is one of the most important things a lot of people are missing. And as a coach, that is one of the first things that I teach my people is there are multiple different areas in your life where you can have happiness. And if you're missing any one of those, whether it's your fitness and nutrition or your relationships or your career and your money mindset or your contribution, you have to feel like you're contributing in a bigger way. And if you don't have that, it does affect your ability to be whole and to be happy. So a lot of people don't know that that's the part that's missing in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we all need to contribute to feel like we're a part of something bigger.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was listening to Tony Robbins several years ago, and he talked about the 6 human needs, and he said the last 2, which most people never really meet, it's contribution and growth, right? Being able
Right.
to come from a place of grow and like realizing that the person you are, you could become better, you could become more, and then contributing, which is again given to something that's greater than yourself, given something that's gonna maybe outlive you, or that's gonna help some other person in some way, right?
Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Leave that legacy.
Yeah, love that, love that. So in terms of yourself, right? So you said you've been entrepreneur for several years now, and you've been doing it for quite a while. Have you when you made that transition to saying I want to build my business, I want to get my organization going, was it a pretty easy decision for you, or was it something you kind of wrestled with for a while to get started?
I am a person who struggled with the transition between I want to do things that help people
Mm-hmm.
and I want to make money for myself as a business. And I never felt that it was okay to charge my worth. I never felt like it was okay to seek out clients that are willing to pay what you're worth. I always wanted to work with whoever happened to be around, and like if they said they couldn't afford it, I would lower my rate so that they could afford it. And as a business person, when you do that, and a lot of us have the struggle, so I know this is going to speak to a lot of new entrepreneurs, especially. If you are not making the money that you are capable of making, you are not doing a service to the world, because it is only when you are financially capable of spreading your business, of freeing yourself from all of the low end one-on-one that you do, that you can actually make a real and legitimate large scale difference. I would never be thinking about building retreat centers for victim recovery if I hadn't moved past I need to help the neighborhood girl who can't afford $30 trainings. So money mindset was my big challenge in
Mm-hmm.
transitioning to expanding my business.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And I know for me, I faced the same exact thing when I was first getting started as well too. But it's amazing how I think about how did I overcome mine, and I realized the way I overcame mine was I just surrounded myself with better quality people, right? Like people who did charge that much and people who were just comfortable doing it. And because I remember when I was first getting started, the people I kind of were associated with, not that they're bad, the entrepreneurs, not that there's something wrong with them, but I think now on the problems what the issues we were having, which is like, can I even charge more? Can I do this? Can I do that thing? And all that type of stuff. Versus when I let go of that community and I said, okay, I got to find a different community, and got into different communities. And I'm hearing about people charging $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. and they're just like saying it out loud, and I'm like, what's happening here? And it just makes you to realize that the small game that we've all been playing, I believe, as entrepreneurs, doesn't matter what you charge, there's always a high level, but the small game that we're playing, it's just there's always another level, right? There's always another level of thinking, and being able to find yourself surrounded by those types of individuals, it makes your life so much easier because you're able to progress a lot faster. So I guess the question now becomes, what like what would you say is that technique? What's that one thing you kind of help your clients with that you believe that, okay, that's the thing? Because I realize most entrepreneurs, most coaches, consultants, they have a method that they've kind of figured out that's worked really, really well, right? So what would you say is yours that when your clients, when you share with your clients, you're like, man, this is absolute gold. What is that?
Empathy.
Empathy?
I think being able to listen to people and know what they want to say when they're not saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I am a master's student in psychology, and I'm going to be working on my PhD shortly. So I have a little bit of extra insight into some of that. But when people come to a personal trainer for weight loss, it's not because they like food. It's always stems from something else. So if you can, it's really just seeing a big picture with your clients instead of a little picture, knowing that there's more to what's going on. And that is my philosophy for everything. My business, my clients, and my personal life is like always looking past what seems to be obvious and going into that deeper big picture. So that's been gold for me. That's been my gold.
Mm-hmm. Love it. What about how do you in terms of self-education, are you into podcasts, reading books, audiobooks?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I am a huge reader. I have a list of 100 books that need to be read every single year.
You read 100 books a year?
I do. I read 100 books a year. And I choose 20 from each different category. So I don't do all just self-help books or all business books or all money books, or I choose a lot of biographies. History is extremely important. If we don't understand our history, then we don't understand ourselves. I mean, we have to know what came before us, and the mindset and the thought processes. So, I mean, books are treasures. Like, there's not a bad book because you can learn something from every single one. Even the crazy romances and all that other goofy stuff, there's value to that too. So yes, I read a ton. I also do a lot of certifications, a lot of online certifications from different companies just to see what the different takes are on what's going on. Nutrition's always changing. Fitness is always changing. And then there's a lot of different viewpoints on psychology, like Eastern viewpoints and Western viewpoints are very contradictory. So just constant research and yes, reading all the time.
Yeah. What's one book you would say has a I know you read a lot, so it might be difficult to pick one, but if you could, what's one book you would say has had the greatest impact on your level of success today?
Oh my gosh. I would go back to the old ones. The 7 Habits, Think and Grow Rich. In the beginning, those are huge. I mean, I think every entrepreneur would say that. There is a new writer, not totally new, but just a few years, Brandon Bouchard, I believe. And his, see if I can remember what it is. He has 3 books out right now, and they are fabulous, fabulous. But the manifesto is really, really cool. It's like a manifesto for success or manifesto for change or something like that, but it's fabulous.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah.
He was just on Oprah.
Love it. That sounds exciting. So what, in essence, let me see. So with your, do you typically work with both men and women? Do you only work with women? How does it work in your company?
I have a split clientele. I work with a lot of couples, actually, and a lot of women in the prime, shall we say, the prime of their lives when they're going through a lot of different changes, career and family. But I also tend to work with, I have the most interesting male clientele. I tend to work with police officers, medical personnel, and bikers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, is your coaching so with I know you said with COVID-19 you kind of shifted online as well too. So after everything is done and everything goes back to not the way it was, but where we can go out and stuff. Are you an introvert, extrovert? So are you gonna go back into saying, okay, let me go back to my in person and stuff like that? How are you gonna approach it?
I am very extrovert, and being trapped in my house has been crazy. Zoom classes are really hard for me because I can barely see what my people are doing.
Yeah.
And I've already actually, last week was my first go back to have a couple of my clients in the real world. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to the park and doing our sessions and our workouts in nature. Yeah, I have to have that closeness, and being out in nature helps a lot. It helps people open up and really go a little deeper and explore what's going on in their world. So it's definitely much better to be able to be out.
Yeah, awesome. So now, what are you planning to balance the two, the offline, online, or are you gonna just say, let me just put this online thing aside and let me just keep focusing offline?
Oh my gosh, no. I am actually putting some of my programs on um, an online platform so that they'll be available all the time. I have a 21-day boot camp and a 21-day food program and a 21-day full reset, which is the mindfulness and the food and the nutrition. All of those will be available. I will still be doing online Zoom meetings, one-on-ones, and I'm planning on doing about 10 hours a week, I think, in actual one-on-one in the physical world still.
Yeah.
So yeah, it opened up too many doors that can't be closed. I can't just say, oh, hey, hi from Brazil, I'm not going to train you anymore. So
Yeah, awesome. What about habits wise? What's one habit you'd say you've kind of developed a practice that's really had a profound impact on your level of success?
this is going to sound really funny. Get out of bed when your alarm goes off and immediately make your bed.
Mm-hmm.
It just get up, make your bed, and move on to your day right away. And my day starts with introspection, meditation, and goal setting. So I sit down with my journal first thing, plan my day, and then get my mind in the right place. Excuse me, and then just go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw that speech or whatever about getting out of bed and making the bed. What's the psychology behind that one?
It helps you get into the mindset that you are up and ready to go. You're not going back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
If you immediately start taking care of things and you take that option away, that you're not going back to bed, you are ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, love it, love it. So, in essence, so what do you have? If someone wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to connect?
I have a webpage, sahararising.org. I have a Facebook and an Instagram, all with the same name, at Sahara Rising. So those are the easiest ways to get a hold of me. Or you could email me.
Okay.
It's saharastormstudio@yahoo.com.
Okay, awesome. And guys, as you listen to the interview here as well too, if you want to connect, the links Krista just mentioned on here, they should be either right above or below this video, so you should be able to click and be connected right to her. Awesome, Krista. Well, hey, thank you so much for making the time to be here today. Do you have any final thoughts before we end?
Mostly just get out there and make a difference. Do what you can. Live happy.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Well, hey, thanks again. Thank you so much for sharing and being here today. Really appreciate it. Enjoy, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good one.